Okay, so the Dragonfire update is now technically live on the test server, so I'm quickly going to be doing a little bit of a play testing and a walkthrough. In comparison to my last video, there is a lot that has changed, so I almost felt bad releasing that, but hey, content is content, views are views, money is money. So I'm actually going to go onto the test server right now. This is hopefully going to be one long video, okay? From start to finish, hopefully no cuts at all. And we're kind of just going to go through the new Dragonfire update. So, number one thing I got to do is find an entrance, which, to be honest, right now doesn't look like there's any, so it may end up cutting to when we go into it. Before that, I am going to leave a link, for those of you in Twitch chat right now, I'm going to leave a link in chat to all the test server patch notes for you. And if you're watching on YouTube, the link will be probably in the description. It'll be like forum.albiononline. We have a medium one in 38 minutes, a large one in an hour, and then we're obviously looking for a smaller one. Now, from what I know, all of them should open up at the same time. So the small one has a, from what I see on the... What I see on the patch notes is the small opens up every 30 minutes. So hopefully it didn't just open up. I could have sworn there was one that opened up like 10 minutes ago. So we might have a little bit of time here. But let me go through the patch notes quickly. And then like as we play, we can sort of understand what we're looking at here, right? How we doing, boys? How we doing? Yeah, let me go through all the patch notes quickly. I'll read it out like your little baby femboys waiting for sleepy eepy time, and I'm reading you a bedtime story, okay? Nobody cares about any of that. Obviously, what you need to know is, obviously, like, based on my last video, things are definitely subject to change. There are a lot of things that, when I play tested, are no longer relevant now. Is the webcam laggy? No, it's me. Okay, my eyes are working at 30 FPS. So, we all know about the Ancient Lands. They released it in a dev talk. Dragonfire unveils previously undiscovered realm, the Ancient Lands. Who gives a shit? So, in yellow zones, portals can take you to partial loot, orange zone, Ancient Lands, where only inventory is dropped on death. In black zones, portal take you to full loot, Ancient Lands. So, obviously, same thing kind of like we had before with the depths. You all know how orange zones work. When you go in there, you are instantly going to be losing your inventory. If you're going into orange zones, if you're going into black zones, you're losing everything. That's just kind of common knowledge at this point. The one thing that has changed is that they have brought in an IP cap. During the playtesting that I did, there was no IP cap. When we went into black zone, it was like, if you were an 8.4, you were 2,000 IP. If you weren't an 8.4, well, you're getting fucked in the ass. So now they have a 1,200 IP soft cap, with the soft cap scaling at 20% for orange zone and 35% for black zone, which I think is okay. It is okay, to be quite honest with you. It still gives you that like underdog story of being able to, you know, like if you're a 4.3 team with a little bit of a brain, you can still take out the players that are IP abusing. Different portals, obviously we just looked on the map there for small, medium and large. The small ones are going to accommodate 1 to 5 players, medium 5 to 7 and large 15 to 20. So something to bear in mind is that just because you go into a small portal as a solo does not mean you're only going to find solos. What that means is that you're more than likely going to find solos, but you will find up to 2 as well. Same thing if you go in medium and you're a 5-man, you could find 5 or 6, even potentially 7, depending on how the matchmaking works. Now, the small portals are going to open up every 30 minutes, medium 60 minutes, and large 180 minutes. So, how that works is basically is that all across the continent, all across the world map, all of the small portals are going to spawn at the exact same time, medium and large, at their own designated time, right? So that all of them have the opportunity, when they open up and are actually ready to actually enter, everybody is going to be able to go in at the exact same time, okay? So you can be all the way over in Bridgewatch and I could be all the way over in Limhurst, and we both go into a small portal at the exact same time. And we basically, it basically just means so that you're not in there and it's only you in there. It means that like everyone's going to be entering at the same time. It makes matchmaking a lot easier. After opening, portals remain accessible for the duration of 3 minutes. Basically 3 minutes just makes it so that when you go in, you're... Well, okay, it's not that you can join in that much later. You have 3 minutes to get into the portal, which is less than we had it during playtesting. And the reason it's probably less is because they actually don't want people to fight over the portals and like gank the portals. More than they want people to go into the portals for that instance content, right? Enter a portal. Every party member must declare themselves ready and channel for a short time. Basically, if you've ever done Hellgates, the same sort of thing. You channel in. Everybody that's channeling in the party needs to channel at the same time so they know what the party size is. Pretty self-explanatory. You can play it and you'll see. Finishing the channel grants players temporary invulnerability to damage. Once all players have done so, the party leader decides exactly when the party enters. The amount of players entering decides which matchmaking pool will be chosen. Within Ancient Lands, parties are anonymous to one another. You can only see the name of your fellow party members. So, mysterious stranger type deal. Each group arrives at a unique, dedicated spawn location. So, if you watched my last video, there is about 9 spawns. At least I think there's about 9 spawns. So you'll all spawn around the outside. You'll see it pretty soon, but everybody spawns around the outside of the map. And then the whole idea is to go into the center of the map. When you arrive in the Ancient Lands, you will see 2 quests in your HUD tracker. A global quest which culminates... I don't even know that word. Culminates? I don't even know. I've never even seen that word in my life, and I'm from England. A local quest tied to island, who gives a shit? Defeating the enemies on an island completes this local quest. So basically, if you've ever done like Myst before or like open world camps, you need to gain a certain amount of fame, and the moment you've got that certain amount of fame, you'll get a portal key. The portal key, which I spoke about in my last video as well, which you'll see pretty soon, is something that you use to access the next island, and it can be, you basically put it in a sort of like shrine altar-y type thing. You'll put the portal key in, and that will unlock a bridge. Then you can go through to the next zone, you can go through to the next region. Once that's done, you can take, well, you can actually take that back, take the key back and go to a different location if you want. You'll kind of see it unfold. I'll explain everything. This, yeah, like I say, you'll see it very soon. As you explore, you encounter drakes on certain islands. The drakes on certain islands, so you have 4 in the center that need to be killed to unlock the main island, but also there are random drakes that can spawn on the outer islands. A lot more uncommon, but they are possible. Once enough drakes have been defeated, the central island unlocks after a short delay. Beautiful, we all know that one. Defeating the fire drake awards a large amount of loot and opens a portal back to the open world region from which you entered. Sort of like the final chest at the end of Depths, okay? Dragon Energy. Dragon Energy is a stackable buff that can only be acquired when using the Ancient Lands. Each stack increases fame earned and grants rewards, increased damage and defense against mobs. Dragon Energy can be obtained in several ways. Interacting with Dragon Shrines, which grant Dragon Energy to you and your party. Defeating mobs, which have a chance to award Dragon Energy to your party. Certain enemies, such as drakes, always grant Dragon Energy. Defeating players in PvP. So basically, as you kill mobs, as you kill players, you'll get a buff similar to how... like we've seen before in the Depths and Night for Labby, right? There's buffs along the way. Revive. So there is a revive option, sort of like if you ever played like Warzone or like PUBG or anything like that, whatever, like some of these battle royales, you have the bleed out. Okay, so once you've been killed, you're actually bleeding out. You're not fully dead yet, unless obviously you're playing solo. It's pretty self-explanatory. We explained it in the last video. Now, if you are revived, you respawn with a 10% maximum health debuff. So you can't just keep getting revived over and over and over again, because once that happens, by the end of it, you're going to be sat there at like 500 HP, and it's going to be a violation. Obviously, that only lasts while in the Ancient Lands. Ancient altars can be found throughout the Ancient Lands, and guaranteed altar on a central island, and additional altars spawning on smaller islands adjacent to the spawn location. Sacrifice ancient bones obtained from drakes and rarely chests. So, a normal bag drop that will come from a drake, or can come from a drake, and also potentially chests, is something called a dragon bone, or the ancient bone. And those basically give you... Let me make sure, because Eugen was saying it doesn't last. Yeah, so basically, similarly to how you've done other dungeons before, and you go in to take the buff towards the end, Once you've finished it, once you've unlocked the what is it called? I can't think of what it's called. It's basically a buff that you can get from an altar, and it's a buff for fame for an hour and 20% fame buff for 2 hours. Basically similar to that, so you can take it out of the Ancient Lands. What do we got? Dragon Sanctuary. Drakes in the Ancient Lands have a chance to drop a tradable Spirit Waystone. Use a Waystone in the open world to create a portal to a Dragon Sanctuary. That is the new raid boss dungeon we've been speaking about. Let me just make sure on the map quickly that there isn't any small portals that have opened up. Where am I? I don't think we have one yet, to be quite honest with you. 26 minutes. We have time. We have time. So the dungeon, basically, we spoke about a dungeon a little bit in the previous video, but what a dungeon is basically like an hour dungeon that can only be entered by members of your party. That is purely for PvE. The thing is nobody that isn't in your party can come in, which I don't like, but it does gauge the question. If you are in the party and you're in the dungeon, are you able to leave the party to kill the players with you? I know you have the obvious like 30-second cooldown or whatever it is, but like, is that actually a possibility? Obviously, there's not going to be too much talking about the raid boss yet because it's irrelevant today. Dragon attacks dragons now launch devastating attacks across the royal continent and the Outlands, creating large-scale open-world encounters that any player can join. Basically, we've seen in the dev talk, they were talking about how dragons are going to be coming to the open world. It is one instance of how dragons are going to be coming to the open world. In the sense of they will basically just randomly spawn in the open world, and what that means is even in red zone, yellow zone, and black zone, there's going to be a timer on them, and you'll be able to see like when the dragon is spawning and when it can be attacked, and it basically just means that everybody can go and get a goddamn fight. Now, I'm going to scroll down here to Dragon Standing. Basically, if you've ever done Miss before, you understand that you can get Brazilian Reputation is what we call it. And the more and more and more you increase that, you'll unlock skins along the way that you can purchase from the Ancient Altar with favor. I'll show you once we're in there again, but we've obviously got like 20 minutes to fucking wait, so it's going to be kind of a long wait, but it's okay. Basically, that is where you take the Ancient Bones to be able to get the buff, so that when you leave, you have the 10 or 20% fame buff. I think, to be honest, it should be increased, but I might get back to you lot and explain everything to you like in a future video. So, new armors. Fucking hell, most of you got dicks hard for a second the moment the W came out my mouth. We've got the Dragon Slayer jacket, Dragon Slayer hood, and dragon shoes. We spoke about it in our previous video, but I'll go through it again. Creates a protective zone that grants immunity to enemies outside it, while increasing your damage output and cooldown recovery. Basically, insanely strong for our DPS. If you're ever getting chased by a melee, drop that motherfucker down, and the next thing you know, you're standing in a little buffed area that nobody can hit you in for a small amount of time. It's actually like a cool, crazy anti-bomb squad or RDPS brawler option. You'll see it when it comes out. Dragon Slayer Hood launches a flare that reveals invisible enemies and slows their cooldown recovery. I think, to be honest, I don't know exactly how that is going to work. I think that is also another like anti-bomb squad or also anti-heal because of the cooldown recovery. But also anti-gatherer hood. So, and the dragon shoes is build up stacks of movement speed that can be consumed to instantly refund your weapon cooldowns. That one has changed a lot because during the playtest that was retarded. It was retarded. It was working in a way that you basically had 100% movement speed for 24/7. You could never get caught. Drake mount. Now this is one thing that I knew nothing about but was actually like mentioned in the playtest. Defeat Azeron, the fire dragon, for a rare chance to obtain a Drake egg. Hatch it in a kennel and raise your own fire-winged drake, but be warned, grown dragons have quite the appetite and you need to feed it other mounts before it's ready to ride. So you basically just need to sacrifice, basically like we have right now. You can either use like, I don't know, like goddamn chimkin or like all sorts of like different foods and like meats or whatever to feed things in the kennel. At this point, you're gonna be able to feed it like oxes, or you'll be able to feed it swift claws or dire wolves, so you can even chuck a mammoth inside it if you really wanted to, and it's basically just gonna like have that same sort of effect that we have like the meat at the moment. New consumables. Drakes and dragons can drop dragon blood, a rare crafting material used to create a powerful new potion. Life ward potion protects nearby allies from a fatal blow, reviving them on the first time they would be defeated. Okay, well that's very different. That's very, very different to how I had playtested it. To be honest, this one is going to be... okay, if this is working for nearby allies rather than yourself, then that has changed, because the issue you had was that if you could self-revive, and when you were self-reviving when we playtested it, you were self-reviving at like 40% health. So it was already stronger than every single thing. Plus, add to that a smuggler cape. Mist would be this fight that would last 45 minutes in a 15-minute mist. It was horrendous. So if it's nearby allies, it's more of a support thing, which that's fine, beautiful. Ancient lands are also home to a previously unknown type of fish. The fish can be used to cook a new dish, so anybody who's into fishing and shit like that, you have a fish within the ancient lands now, so it's not just a PvP area. There's no gathering, but it is going to be fishing as well, obviously. You fucking retard. Omelettes provides cast speed reduction, cooldown reduction, and healer cast bonus. Obviously, if you're a healer, that's great for you. New Albion Journal, who gives a shit? Ancient Memories, who gives a shit? Destiny Board Improvements, who gives a shit? Nobody gives a shit about any of that. What we want is dragons. So, once the small portal opens up, which is in 19 minutes, we are going to jump in. Hopefully, to be honest with you, is that the closest one? I'm kind of just going to wait here until that does open up. Actually, where was it? I lost it. Yeah, I'm going to wait here until it opens up. Then we're going to run to Deep Wood Dell to hop on it in 19 minutes, I guess, which is kind of annoying. Okay, let's go. We're here for it. So I'm kind of going to be explaining things along the way. Number one, I noticed that was tier 7, so I'm guessing all of them are tier 7. So here's the islands, here's what they look like. Obviously, the main thing we have to do here is, like mentioned, we have to clear basically everything in here. To be able to unlock the portal key, to be able to go across the bridge. And it is just a fame thing that you need. That is all it is. Bandit Soul just beginning, thank you, appreciate that. And now you'll see on the map as we do shit. That the bridges will open up. You see those like sort of grayed out bridges? Those bridges will open up. And you'll see them turn green as we go through, but also as other teams go through. Fame is nice. Well, nothing's really set in stone. So I can tell you for a fact, while we're getting through like the boring stuff, when we were playtesting this was absolutely horrible. This was like, you could not do any of this without like every single other mob jumping on you. It was horrendous. It really was. Map fragments, you can towards the end. The dragon will. The dragon at the end will give you potentially well, it will basically give you the map, but to be able to do that, we need to get into the center. So all 4 dragons that you can see on the map right now would have to be killed. There is a spawn chance for those dragons or those maps. Oh, no, I can't do anything. Yeah, there is a spawn chance for those maps on all of the dragons located around, but for the most part, yeah. So now we've got it. The portal key spawns up here next to the chest. So now we've got this little portal key, we can kind of choose where we want to go. Okay, so basically I take it to this one right here, so we progress a little bit further. Here's a little hole for the key. Channel that in, and now the team can channel through. Once we get to the other side, we have a little bit of a shield. That shield... Okay, the shield doesn't make you completely invulnerable. It gives you defensives. That was something we kind of spoke about. Now, hopefully... Okay, you can see on that side over there, a team has taken that key to go through that portal, basically. Now, I can't imagine there's going to be too many people doing it, so hopefully the team that is here with us are kind of just okay to all just play test this shit together so I can get my recording. And then if they want at the end, we can fight it out, but I kind of want my recording. Can you go back and forth and get the shield again? Yeah, so... My team don't worry too much. But I'm about to do something very weird. But I will, I'll be back in a second, okay? You lot just... Oh, wait, no, I can't do that. Basically, I'll show you towards the end what you have the option to do. But yeah, you can do that. You can do that. They do give money. Silver for the party, 600k from a little small blue chest is pretty good, I'll be honest. It's pretty chillin'. Yeah, once we cleared this one, I kind of want to showcase something, but we'll go further anyway. But I do want to showcase something. Well, right now we don't know like the exact values and stuff like that aren't set in stone yet, so we don't know. Like it could be like really good silver, but it also could be like way too much silver. It could be way too little silver. We don't know yet. Oh, holy fucking shit! Where's he going? I have no idea what a dragon mount's going to be used for. I don't know any of like the stats or anything like that. I have no idea. My brother tried doing it on his own. And an option. So, if I'm not wrong, this little blue thing we have here is one of the stacks that will help us in PvP, PvE, all that type of shit. So, once we cleared this, if I remember correctly at least, God. A bit of a bitch to see if we can remember correctly. But this little blue thing below our shutter cooler here is one of the stacks. So yeah, once they take that, we get dragon energy. Damage versus mobs increased by 2%. Defense versus mob 1%. Combat fame increased by 2%. So now that we cleared that, I'm going to do something quickly. So I can actually, as long as this mob doesn't follow me, I can actually go backwards here. I can take this key out if I wanted to. Cut off where they're going so they can't come to me anymore. And I can choose to go to a different direction. I can choose to go towards the north side now if I really wanted to. Or like I can maybe like, you know, say, okay, you guys coming from that side. I see there's a team over on this west side here. I want you guys to connect to that portal there. And then I'm going to wrap around the back and I'm going to take it into here. So you have really cool options with this key that I think is going to make for like a really, really unique experience, especially with like the team gameplay, right? Because exactly like that, they can go further, they can push towards that team that may potentially be coming on the west side, and I can say, okay, I'm now going to go back and I'm going to flank them from around the back. So now we've sandwiched them in the middle, okay? It's a cool option. It actually is a very, very cool option. Can you solo this? Yeah, yeah. You definitely can solo it. Blinking, bing, bing. Okay. Dragon time. To be honest, we're going to have to clear into the dragon. Yeah, the difficulty goes up depending on your what's it called? I don't know why I keep using throwing blades like a right spastic. Difficulty goes up depending on how many party members are present when entering. So the mobs are easier and have less offensives when you go in solo. Or you'll deal more damage to those mobs, basically. Okay. Now, for the dragon, mechanically, it's a little bit weird, I'll be honest with you. From what I remember, it's a little bit weird. Everyone needs to stand on the backside while, like, somebody tanks, basically, is it. Now, this guy's obviously going to take threat gen because he's on plate. Now, our job is basically just stand on this side. This is way easier than it was during the playtest, I'll be fairly honest with you. Like, way easier. And then once you finish the Drake, what do we got? Dragon Blood. Obviously, I'm pretty sure that's an ancient bone. The ancient bone can be used at the altar that we spoke about earlier. Now, the altar that we spoke about earlier, hopefully I can get it within this little session and kind of show you. The altar is a place that you can trade in the ancient bones for a buff, which can be used outside of the ancient lands as well. Little 1 million. Or it can be used, oh no, actually, don't worry, yeah, that's what it's used for. At the altar, you have the option to trade in favor for the skins, but obviously you need to increase your ancient reputation or whatever it's called to be able to unlock those skins, similarly to how you get like the mystic owls from Mist, right? That's the same sort of idea. We should do one more pack of mobs, don't we? Oh, that's kind of my bad. I probably should have. 484 you get damaged a lot by mobs. Yeah, the mobs are a little bit of a bitch, I'll be honest with you. But we're IP capped. We are IP capped to like 1300 soft cap, 1200 soft cap or something like that. Okay, yeah, that's kind of a fuck pool. My bad. Most blacks on cap bullshit. Yeah, I mean it's 50-50, right? Like some things are good, some things are bad about that. Yeah. You get the underdog stories, which is one good thing, but... Okay, we go towards the center. So we've cleared like our dragon, and you'd expect, based on the amount of people in here, that everyone would kind of clear their dragons at the same time. Obviously, the team that is on the east side cleared theirs. We still have the north side to clear, and the south side, but like we get round to that eventually. Hopefully, I can find you an altar along the way to kind of show you. I guess we kind of see. Now, this area is a little bit silly goofy, to be quite honest with you. This area gets a little bit more difficult than the rest. But also, there is a lot more chests and shit here. There is a lot more chests. Oh, Jesus. Did I mention how many players per lobby / portal? So you have the patch notes right here that would take you through everything. Everything that I may have already explained at the start, basically. You definitely didn't see me go down. There's just a visual bug. Oh, now that is my bad. Okay, no, that's not bad at all. Yeah, you got a lot more bosses here, but you've also got a lot more chests. Mobs are slightly a little bit more of a bitch because they're tightly packed, but it's the enjoyment of it. Yeah, I want to show you the little candy shops before I leave. Hopefully it'll be the last thing I get round to, as long as I don't die in here. I wish we could have showcased the new potions and everything like that today, but I guess that's going to be on playtesting tomorrow. I think Duelist was EU launch, no? Out. Right, what am I looking at here? Is there a... He's got a stone underneath him, that's why. I was kind of really hoping we get a legendary for some reason. Honestly, that's a pretty good chest. That's a really good chest. Right now, clearly, the loot is very overtuned, but, like, let me look at the price of something. Okay, yeah, the tier 7 Frost Staff is 150k, that's why it looks so good. It's, like, 3 times more than it actually should be, I'm pretty sure. Oh my god. What a violation. Please don't violate me, that's one thing I ask. Did you get the 8-4? I've had a bunch of 8-4 to be honest with you. I just got it from my Breck Island. It's not my other gear. Okay, so we obviously have another team on this island now towards the east side, but hopefully they're I might get a message pre-typed. Like, let's all see content first, then we can fight at the end. Might just get it ready for them, just in case they, like, try and fight. But yeah, we can see that there is another team on here, purely because of, like, the green line portal, right? Now, I don't know why he hasn't leashed yet, that's a bit weird. God, imagine Mega. What is that noise? Sounded like there was a cricket in my ear. Did you lot hear that, or is there actually a cricket in my ear? No, you'll see them on the world map. So you don't need to really look for it more than you just need to look at your world map and you'll see where it spawned. Was it really? So, okay, well then take off like 30% loot, right? Holy shit, we gotta kill these fuckers. We to you too. This thing during playtest was like absolutely unkillable, by the way. It was so goddamn strong. What about... So yeah, take off like 30% loot from what we look like now. Well, okay, yeah, okay. Take a little bit more than 30% loot, I'll be honest with you. I think 6 million for that chest is very fair. I wish you 1k off, okay. It's not a... It's not quite realistic, that one. Hopefully, hopefully the other team is pretty chill to go and just, like, kill the other dungeon. The other dragon. And then we can all kind of see what's going on here. Yeah. It's a bit much, I'll be honest with you. That definitely ain't real. Remember, by the way, this bubble isn't an invulnerability bubble. We are immune to crowd control, it looks like. I just wanted to make sure that I had that right. But you just have, basically, defensives. Rather than actually being fully immune. Pretty sure it's sub 9. How is... Sorry, what? One dragon set of armor, yes. But that's fine. People already struggle, like, as is. What is that? Grandmaster Spirit Navstone Fragment. So that is how you get the, that is how you get the dungeon. That is how you get the dungeon, by the way. So now, I don't think... Did I get all of them? Yeah. I don't think we'll be able to do anything with that until tomorrow, but that's basically how it works. It was kind of... Oh, Jesus Christ! It was kind of lucky that we got it from the chest. Do you have an altar anywhere? I feel like the altars are on the outside from what I remember, so... Don't tell me it's bugged, by the way, because it says kill 4 drakes and we killed the goddamn drake. We might have to do the local quest as well. Yeah, I mean, it might be bugged, unfortunately, though. We might have to do a local quest. Oh, does it take time? Okay, I didn't realize it took time to update, to be honest. Do you need to find the small ones, or are they highlighted? What, like the portals? Yeah, they'll all be highlighted. You might not see it right now. No, you can't see it right now. But they appear on the map. Dragon animation is weird when he changes target. I hope it's not like that in the long run, because I'm kind of with you, to be honest. It's even possible that they're waiting on the other side, by the way, because this is a little bit... It's a little bit strange. Is it? I mean... Okay, well, while you lot do this, I'm gonna go find an altar quickly so I can show, I can show chat. I can show you kind of what it looks like. Okay, we obviously have to do the local quest, by the way, is what it looks like. You have to make a start on that without me, unfortunately. if I remember correctly, is there one over here? Is there one in the corner? There was definitely one. Somewhere. I have to take the key. Ah, here you go. Here you go. Here be the altar. So, in the altar, basically I have... Well, let me kill this thing quickly. I have a simple offering, a grand offering. Those, basically, you get by trading in ancient bones, and those give you a buff, okay? That is the fame buff we were speaking about earlier that lasts for 1 or 2 hours afterwards. Then here you have the skins and the avatar rings. So you need to trade in favor, but you see right now I'm at 1%, 0%, 0%. Basically, that's purely because Basically, that's because I need to increase my ancient land reputation. So the more you play this content, that's how you unlock the skins to be able to, well, that's how you unlock the skins to be able to buy them with favor. It's not like anything game-changing, but it's just cool to know and know. Hello, I've returned. Now, while I'm here, in terms of like builds and stuff like that, kind of like I mentioned it before, the best thing that I saw, and this is kind of weird, but the best thing that I actually saw during the playtest was a half bomb, half brawl squad. So, normal bow with something like a carving or a heron, something like that, with a healer on top of it, was kind of crazy. It was honestly kind of crazy. We unlocked it yet? Okay. But yeah, that honestly, truly was an absolute violation when we were playing it. There was nothing stronger than that. You have somebody, because of like how tight of a space it is, you have somebody who is literally like working on it in the background. Like working on the damage in the background, and then on top of that, you had people that were doing like frontline damage and everything. So yeah, luckily we're all happy to kind of just like go with it. Don't tell me there was an... Oh, I thought it was an altar right here. So we can all kind of see the content, and then I'm more than happy. Like if people want to fight at the end, I'm chilling. So yeah, 1 minute timer once all 4 drakes have been killed. It opens up. And this is basically the point, so that once like everyone's killed the drakes, you can't just stand there and take the drake, right? Basically, it gives teams an opportunity to come up and actually fight for it. So now, I mean, honestly, during the playtest, this gate never really opened up. But, yeah, so it's going to need 20 more seconds to open up. And then in here is the big old drake, basically. The drake that has the higher chance of spawning everything. Everything. But for the most part, to be quite honest with you, this is the entirety of the content. Like, this is everything that is coming to it. So yeah, big old drake, big old health bar at the top. Let's thank you. Now, are we fighting for it, or are we just going for it? Thank you, boo. I guess I kind of see you on stream anyway, so. It's actually, it's not too difficult, I think. Maybe. Like, this is the sort of situation where you'd absolutely love to have a tank, and to be honest, okay, there you go. It isn't mechanically that tough in comparison to everything. As long as I don't die here and eat my words, then I'm okay with it. But yeah, like honestly, we got 6 people on it. It's really not that tough of a task. From that, obviously, a bunch more shit, right? The chance of everything is much higher. And from the chest, I'm sure it doesn't really matter anyway, because it's not real value. Looked like about 4 or 5 million, something like that, to be quite honest with you, in total. So yeah, but to be honest with you, that is the entirety of the content. We only have this right now. We might have some of the open world drakes. Now, in open world, the way it's going to work is obviously the drakes are going to spawn on a timer, and then teams can fight over it. But that's kind of it for the most part. And then once that's done, you can kind of go back and you're sorted. Basically, it's mostly a lot of PvE. It is the PvP interactions. You're basically only going to have like maybe maximum 2 throughout the entire content, to be quite honest with you, because teams kill each other along the way. It's not like you can full rush and full send into teams, because everybody has to be working at a snail pace and everybody has to teleport through the zones. So at most, you're basically always going to only ever be fighting 1 to 2 teams. You obviously can fight up to 4, I guess, because by the time like people get there, there's only going to be 4 teams remaining. Unless, you know, there's a lot of hand-holding. But yeah, we obviously don't know anything about the new raid dungeon yet. We obviously don't know anything. Well, we know something about the raid dungeon yet, but we won't be able to play that until tomorrow, which I won't be doing. That's kind of not really my thing.